The Great Oxidation Event, Earth's first existential climate crisis. The chronological history of our planet is extraordinarily marked by several transformative events, yet few were as catastrophically dramatic as the Great Oxidation Event, GOE, which unfolded approximately 2.4 billion years ago. Before this pivotal era, Earth's atmosphere was almost entirely devoid of free oxygen, consisting predominantly of a thick, suffocating haze of methane and carbon dioxide. At that time, the planet was a playground for anaerobic microbes that thrived in an environment we would find utterly lethal today. However, the unexpected emergence of cyanobacteria, microscopic pioneers that had come up with the revolutionary process of oxygenic photosynthesis, fundamentally changed everything. The biological spark and chemical sinks. These tiny organisms began to give off oxygen as a mere byproduct of their biological activity. Initially, this new gas did not linger in the air. Instead, it was rapidly absorbed by vast quantities of dissolved iron in the primordial oceans, creating massive deposits of iron oxide on the seafloor. For millions of years, the Earth's natural sinks managed to soak up the excess oxygen. However, as the cyanobacteria continued to multiply at an unprecedented rate, these sinks eventually ran out of capacity. Once the minerals could no longer sequester the gas, oxygen began to build up relentlessly in the atmosphere, signaling the end of the old world. This sudden and profound shift in atmospheric chemistry brought about a biological catastrophe for the dominant life forms of the time. To the anaerobic organisms that had held sway over the early Earth for eons, oxygen was not the breath of life. It was a deadly, corrosive poison. Because they lacked the enzymes to neutralize reactive oxygen species, many species were wiped out almost instantly. This mass extinction event, though often overlooked in favor of the dinosaurs' demise, represents one of the most significant biological culls in Earth's history. The Huronian glaciation, a frozen nightmare. Furthermore, the geochemical consequences were staggering. Oxygen began to react violently with methane, which was then a potent greenhouse gas keeping the planet warm. As the oxygen broke down the methane into carbon dioxide and water vapor, the planet's heat-trapping blanket was effectively stripped away. This atmospheric transition triggered off the Huronian glaciation, a snowball Earth scenario where the entire planet was entirely frozen over for millions of years. Life was forced to cope with extreme, bone-chilling cold and a toxic chemical environment simultaneously. It was a dual crisis that few expected the biosphere to survive: adaptation and the path to complexity. Despite the overwhelming odds, life did not give up. Eventually, surviving organisms began to adapt to these harsh new conditions. Through the process of natural selection, some lineages evolved sophisticated mechanisms to deal with the reactive nature of oxygen. Incredibly, they eventually turned it into a source of high-energy metabolism through aerobic respiration. This metabolic breakthrough was crucial because it provided the energy necessary for the evolution of complex multicellular life forms. Without this transition, the path leading to the rise of animals and eventually humans would have been completely blocked. Today, geologists dig up ancient sedimentary rock layers to point out the red beds, vividly colored strata that serve as a permanent record of this early oxidation. These rocks stand as a testament to a time when the sky changed color and the oceans rusted. As we look back on this event, it serves as a sobering reminder of how biological innovations can set off planetary-scale changes that are virtually impossible to hold back once they have started.